So this guy says, I've been helping her out a bit with her bills a bit. It's hard to gauge her interest since we haven't really been that physical. Should I bail? Is she using me, or could this be legit? Well, you said you've been seeing her for a month and a half. Dude, I do not know why you are paying any of her bills a month and a half in. I have girls that I dated for years. The only bill I pay was like the dinner bill when we went to go out to eat, but no electric bill, nothing like that. And so here's the thing, especially, I don't know if you're a nice guy or not, or if you consider yourself a nice guy, but women very early on are going to be trying to suss out of you if you are willing to pay for some form of their lifestyle. And we call those women gold diggers. Now, obviously, the caveat is that women are going to want to be supported at some point, and that can come in the relationship phase of things. But you've only been dating a girl. You're not even in a relationship with her. You've just been dating her for a month and a half. For one, that is way too early to be paying anybody's bills. But also to the point is that this is a situation that sounds like, I would normally say it sounds like she's using you, but it sounds more like, because I don't want to put the blame on her because you decided to pay these bills. I've told this story before. There was a girl I dated a few years ago, like many, many years ago. And not even dated. Like I was single for New Year's, and I'd gone on a dating app, and I found a girl that was also single for New Year's. Say, hey, you know what? This is a crapshoot, but we're both single for New Year's. Why don't you come over or why don't we just go out for the New Year's? We can go. I'll find something else to do. We can just go out and have a good night. I didn't care if it went beyond just New Year's. I just wanted a date for New Year's. She agreed. Came to my place, made her dinner. We went out, saw some fireworks, and it didn't cost me nothing. Like I bought food from the store. That was it, right? So we get back to my place, and then we didn't do anything. She went home that night. I had a good time, right? The next day, she hits me up in the morning. Hey, you want to do breakfast? Now I'm like, I had to go someplace. So I was like, I'm going to some place right now, but when I get done, if you want to get breakfast, sure. I'm like, hey, incoming date, fantastic. So we go to this place out here called Norm's. And Norm's has a pretty decent breakfast menu where most of the food is pretty affordable. But they have this one meal in there. It's like a steak and eggs breakfast, and it's like $34, right? Take a wild guess what this woman ordered for breakfast. So I'm sitting there at breakfast, and I'm like, she invited me on this breakfast, and now she's ordering the most expensive thing, and I know she's going to expect me to pay for this. I'm like, you know what? Hey, checkmate. Game recognized game. She got me. It is what it is, right? But while we're sitting at this breakfast, she starts talking about some other things. She starts going off about like, gosh, man, I gotta pay my phone bill this month because man, my phone's about to get cut off. And oh my God, like I didn't pay my phone bill yet. Oh my God. Now, I wasn't born yesterday. So at this point, I already know okay. She's trying to get me to spend money on her. She's trying to get me to pay this phone bill. Okay, I see where this is going. So I'm already in my head, I'm like, this isn't gonna work, but like, we'll just see how this goes. So I'm just like, yeah, you gotta pay that phone bill. Yeah, gotta do that. Eat my food. So then we leave, and she's like, well, there's a mall over here. Let's go to this mall over here. It's like this outside mall. So we go to this outside mall, walking around. We go right to the T-Mobile store. Oh man, I gotta pay my phone bill. Oh man, I really gotta pay this. Oh, I don't know if I have the money to pay this month. Oh my God. I'm just standing there like, yeah, it'd be tough. I'm on my phone, like playing some game or whatever, right? So then we leave that place, and we're walking by this store, and it's got a dress that's in the, it's like a dress store. It's got a dress in the window, right? And we walk by, and she's like, oh, that's such a nice dress. Oh man, I really love to get that dress. It looks so elegant. Oh my God, it looks so good in it, this and that. And I'm standing there like, so here's the thing, guy, right? I'm telling you this story because this is a situation where this woman was clearly trying to see if I was going to pay these bills. And I knew by not paying her phone bill, by not buying her this dress, that I was going to be disqualified by her to date her. And you have to be okay with that. You have to get to the point where you have enough of an abundance mindset to realize that sometimes you need to let women like do things that take you out of the running for them because they're displaying toxic traits. And so I don't know how it came about that you were paying this woman's bills. But again, women are pretty crafty. They'll start giving, because they know that we will fall for a sob story. So they'll start saying things like, oh man, like, I don't know what to do with my rent this month because, the landlord was getting on me and something happened to my job and I didn't get to earn enough and I'm about to get kicked out. And we'll hear this like, oh, well, you know what? If I just slide her the money this one time, it'll help her out. No harm, no foul. But the wrong woman will see your graciousness and kindness and be like, oh, I can do this again. Yeah. He gave me the money to pay my bill this month for my car and for my apartment. Like, how far down this rabbit hole can this go? And this is a very toxic thing because, again, I've had an abundance of dating experience. I've dated women that have made more money than me, that have been willing to pay for dates for me, that have been willing to help me pay bills at times. I've dated women that made less money than me, that aren't trying to ask of me to pay stuff for them, because these women have a good head on their shoulders and know that in the dating process, this is about us getting to know each other. This isn't about me and how much money I can give her and how much I can support her lifestyle right now, when clearly we're not even in a relationship. So I say that all that to say that you're paying her bills and whatnot. Whether she's using you or not is not important so much as, are you allowing yourself to be used? If she came to you and said, hey, I need some money, and you said yes, at that point, we could say, oh, she's using you. You gave the money. And on this show in particular, I'm very much about men looking at what they're doing and taking self-responsibility. If you feel like you're being used for money, you're the one that agreed to give it to her. So you could also decide to not do that. Could you possibly lose her as a result? You could, but ask yourself the question, do you want a woman that's only staying with you for the money that she can give you? You could be a guy that's like, hey, I want to be the one that takes care of my woman, and so I want to show that right away. If you feel as though you're getting beneficial trade as a result of that, like maybe you pay her bill, then she like hooks up with you whenever you want to. Hey, if it's a fair trade and you feel it's fair, totally fine. But if you don't feel that, then you don't have to keep paying this woman's bills. You could just decide not to, because I don't pay any woman's bills. I've yet to pay any woman in my entire life of dating, paying any woman's car bill, electric note, apartment note, nothing. And if they ask me for it, I'm out, because especially in the dating phase, like, my money's my money, her money's her money. And I can guarantee you she's not trying to do that for you. Like, that's not a situation you should allow yourself to get into. Again, put the blame on yourself. You allowed yourself to fall for whatever sob story she had and give the money. So take it away and see what she does. If she starts getting butthurt by it, she was out for the money, and then go find somebody else. If you happen to have a lot of money, like you're a guy that's like a high earner and you always lead with money, I'd say start leading without money, because you don't need to be doing that, because you're going to get the wrong woman who's going to use you for the wrong intentions. And that's not the space that I want you to be in. But you got to want that for yourself. He says, yeah, she's got a couple little kids, bought them coats and paid internet and phone. LOL. I normally would never do this type of thing. Thanks for the advice. But no problem. Again, I have a heart. We all fall for sob stories, and it's even harder when you see the woman that has kids, because now she's struggling. It's like, oh, the kids are struggling. They need this and that. Dude, especially if you're not even in a relationship with her, so they're not your stepkids. They're definitely not your kids, and you're already paying for stuff for them a month in. Like, again, it's a very admirable thing, but also, and I think this thing too is like, a lot of times, if we've had a history of like, we dealt with girls, for example, that maybe if we didn't pay for a certain thing, they got mad at us, right? So you come to this new woman, she, for all we know, she could be a sweet, kind woman, and maybe isn't asking you those things. Maybe she just like told you about those things, and you went into superhero mode. And women know guys want to be the superhero. So she might have said it and not thought you were going to go into that mode, or she could have thought, if I say this thing, he's going to go into that mode. But either way, a good woman is not going to fault you for not being able to do those things. And most women, especially in the first 3 months of dating, they're going to be more understanding, ideally, that you're not going to just come out of pocket for them on account of you just met them, right? Women that don't understand that, they're showing their true colors and need to head for the hills as fast as humanly possible.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class